Hey Copper Nerds, I am surprised to be reporting back that after only a few days, this Sheldon 61, which had been harshly cleaned, is now brown. Let's get into it. Well, first, let's refresh you with some before photos. Let's check those out real quick. Now, after just a couple days, here we are brown, but that didn't happen consistently over a couple of days. This happened within a few minutes. I'm going to show you a couple of progress pictures about what this coin looked like. And you'll recall that I had been circulating it with some other pocket change and specifically sort of some correct composition stuff from the era. We got some 90% silver, a couple of copper Lincolns. So what I was doing there was trying to get some of the superficial scuffs to smooth out and some of the deeper gouges to smooth out a little bit through circulation. And that happened surprisingly quick. The bust tip was primarily what I was looking at from the cleaning. It had some little hairlines that were heavy hairlines, but sort of shallow scuffs. Those went away just in my pocket change over a couple of days. But let's take a look at some of the transition photos, and you're gonna notice the color really didn't change much. So here those are. And then I was hanging out over at my sister's house, and I had this coin in my pocket, and then inside of my pocket, it was just kind of cupped in my hand, and it was hot outside, and so my hand was sweating inside of my pocket, and just that atmosphere turned this coin dark brown almost instantly. We're talking 2 or 3 minutes. I wasn't really expecting that result. And the color, again, very dark. Let's go ahead and take a look at a couple of pictures of how it looks right now so you can see it in a little more detail. Now at the same time, I've been working on fixing up my Sheldon 52. I've had it for quite a while. And I didn't like the color that I had applied to it previously, so I started over again, and this is where we are at now. I'm going to show you a very quick photo montage of the process that this has gone through in terms of color over the past week or so. So here's that. And we got here through a couple of different processes. They're natural processes, and they just involve handling. I didn't use any products of any kind other than acetone on this one. When you saw the color changing, and then it had that white film and sort of the protected areas, that's after I gave it a quick acetone bath because I noticed there was some grease buildup happening. And then I applied finger oils right over the top of that white film, and it went away immediately. That is what we've got though, is this sort of lighter tannish color compared to a very dark brown. This one came from just a little bit of handling and sweat, like definitely just heavy sweat in my hand. This one was a little slower process. This was finger oils, a little hair oil, and then I would sort of tuck it in with some skin contact. You can, really any skin works, but you know, crook of your elbow, armpit, get creative as you'd like, but very different results from what is clearly just a humid, sweaty environment compared to prolonged skin contact. What I'm probably gonna do at this point is hit them with acetone again. I wanna neutralize any skin oils that are on there because I don't wanna have any verdigris or corrosion happening. I wanna make sure that I get these sterile again. And then I'm gonna work on them again later because these are not done. What you see with this uniform color is not correct. A coin that is actually naturally toned and been handled and circulated will not have this uniform appearance. Just for fun, let's look at some of Walt Husak's coins. Anything that's got this uniform appearance, that coin's probably been worked on. When you see some sort of multicolor going on, that's a little more natural appearance. Most copper really has been worked on over time. See, this has got a little more of a two-tone. It's not just a uniform color. That's a little more natural looking than something like this that's uniform. I'm just flipping here. I like that a lot more than the other ones that we've seen. That is sort of a nice, natural looking patina that is not uniform. When you see that uniform color across the coin like that, that's been worked on at some point. This, less obviously so, and perhaps not. This could very well be natural. Something like that, someone's messed with it at some point in time. I'm not saying that's bad, it's just reality. You know, that looks pretty good. That's got some, darker spots at the high points. You know, your red that's showing through in the protected areas. That's what you would expect to see as opposed to that uniform color. That's interesting. This has certainly had some circulation and handling done since it became darker. You can definitely see a difference in the high points and low points and the protected areas. Here are dark, probably just some handling has lightened up some of the high points. Let's go look at some of the later dates. Oh wow, look at that. That is probably a very original surface. This is what you would expect to see, not this. So when you see colors like this, know the coin's been worked. If you see something beautiful like that, that's pretty natural looking. Okay, so that's kind of what I've got for you. This was just a little experimentation using really just skin oils and sweat to darken up a copper coin, which is what they did in circulation, right? I did not use sulfur paste or anything of that sort. This is just from handling. These are not done, but I'm gonna give them some time. I'm gonna experiment on some other coins that are less important, and then I will put these back into the process to see if I can make them have a little more natural patina or natural toning than what we see here. But in either case, these are much better than what they looked like when they were raw, shiny copper. So I'm happy with the progress. Well, let's hit me up in the comments. Let's talk a little bit about this. I'll keep you posted on future developments, but I just wanted to give you a little bit of an update. Thanks for checking this one out. I will catch you on the next one. Peace.